Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sherman D. Manning coming to you live. This is Sherman D. Manning coming to you live. Call a friend. Email somebody. Text message them. Tell them to tune in to this broadcast. I'm coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. Glad to be alive. One more time. We have got to do something about the political storm that's blowing through this country right now. This is what I say about Trump. That's what I say about Donald. I mean, I certainly don't want anybody to shoot him, but maybe he could shoot himself in the foot. You understand what I'm saying? I believe the United States of America is the greatest nation on the face of the planet. I believe that with all of my heart, with all of my mind, my soul, and my spirit. I'm walking through a dangerous area right now, so this is probably the only podcast in the country like this. Not saying it's the best, because I'm still unprofessional and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I do know that God's going to have to lead me and guide me, because I'm in South Central LA at, 10 o'clock at night, walking down the streets that they used to shoot people every day left and right on, and I'm by myself. Now, I will admit that I took my ring off and I took my watch off before I left, because they are rather prosperous looking, and so the only thing that I have stealable at the moment is this smartphone, and I just pray that God will go with me and that nobody will do anything. But you know, I refuse to live in fear, and fear immobilizes you. I'm not a fool now. I'll try to be wise in my decisions, but hey, I need something to eat, and I'm not going to just rest upon my laurels, afraid of what might happen. I always say that you either have to believe in God or not. I mean, believe in him or not. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. And so I ask God to be with me, and here I am. I'm walking down Budlong right now, and I'll be on Vermont in a moment. I'm trying to head to Mickey D's and see if they're open. I believe that America is already the greatest country on the face of the planet. Ipso facto, Donald doesn't work for me, because you can't make a country great again when it's already great. We can always strive to make the country greater, and I believe that should always be our goal. But we can't make it great again. It's already great. This man has tapped into a vein of fear that is destructive, that is detrimental, and he has manipulated the minds of non-thinking people. Now, I'm in no way calling the 90% population, 90% white, 90% of the people who listen to him are white folks. Let's just keep it authentic. And I'm not saying they're dumb. They're not. They're God's children just like you and I are. But I am saying that they don't have their thinking caps on. Because if they had their thinking caps on, the first thing they will say is, wait a minute, let me look at your record, Donald, not your rhetoric, your record. As an employer, what have you done for me lately? What has Donald done for his people? What has he done? Here's what he's done. He refused to give them raises. He's against a raise in the minimum wage. He suppresses workers' rights. He doesn't want his workers to unionize. So why is he going to suddenly metamorphose and transmogrify into somebody different if he were to get the opportunity to be president? That's irrational thinking. We are who we are. Okay? So this man does not support workers' rights. He does not support a raise in the minimum wage. So all of these Caucasian brothers and sisters of mine, whom I love dearly, who out of these rallies, few of which are doing Hitler salutes and yelling, take our country back and all of that, which is code for take it back from the black man who is running it right now. They're not thinking. They're not thinking. Because if I want a president who's going to appease my anger and ameliorate the poverty that my people are facing in these trailer parks and these other places around the country, in Appalachia, etc., I need someone with a proven track record of creating jobs, and not just jobs for jobs' sake, but good jobs, good paying jobs, who wants workers to organize, who wants to take care of their workers. Donald is not that man. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. And again, if I can't trust you to tell me the truth about your hairdo, if I can't trust you to tell me the truth about your toupee or your hair growth, Donald, I cannot trust you with the codes to the nuclear arsenal. He reminds me of a child who anybody can come along and stroke his ego, and he'll go for it. He's supposed to be brilliant, according to him, but he's not brilliant enough to understand that Putin is not supporting him because he's American. And if Putin really likes him, then that says something about Donald, which is not good. And so if he wants to psych himself up and deceive himself by saying, oh, he respects me and all of that, then he doesn't know Putin well at all. He hasn't studied this man. Putin doesn't respect anybody American. Not President George Bush, not President Barack Obama, not President Bill Clinton, or any other president for that matter. He does not respect him, cannot respect him, will not respect him. And that's just the bottom line, and that's just the gospel truth. Now, as an aside, it appears that Mickey D's might be closed only to drive through traffic. Are they open? Because I only see one person in there, and so I may have made a wasted, dangerous trip. Ladies and gentlemen, I am coming to you live from South Central LA. If you saw the movie Boys in the Hood, that's where I am right now, in the hood. And trust me, I'm watching everything. Watch, keep, and pray, knowing that God has my back, but I got to try to have my front if I can. And let me walk around here to this door and see that it is locked. Okay, so that's not going to work. So no Big Mac and large order fries for Sherman D. Manning. Listen, send your friends an email, a text message. Call them on the telephone and tell them that Sherman D. Manning, a guy who was caged in hell for more than a decade, is live online on YouTube telling my story, talking about the issues that face the American people. Get on your text message right now. I want you to follow me on Facebook. I'd like for you to like me and help us make this telecast, or this podcast rather, more successful, more professional. As I said, eventually we're going to go to video. I need your help. Sherman D. Manning coming to you live. Get my book, The Truth About O.J. Simpson. Race, Class, Money, and Justice. The Truth About O.J. Simpson. Race, class, money, and justice. What is going on in these streets right now, with black men being shot down every day by the cops, I guess in South Central right now, rather than looking at these homeless guys who are walking past me, God bless them. I gave them some money this morning. I'm not giving up anything right now because I only brought enough money for food. But perhaps I should be looking at the cops, because you remember 14 months, 15 shots. 14 months, 15 seconds, 16 shots. That's what happened in Chicago when Laquan McDonald was cut down by the bullets of a man who was supposed to serve and protect. Rubio and others, Cruz and Donald, always complained that President Obama will not say radical Islam, as if that's going to do something by saying it. Well, I complain that they won't say Black Lives Matter, not even in Black History Month. You can't get Donald or Rubio or Cruz to say Black Lives Matter. I want to hear them say, hands up, don't shoot. I want to hear them say, I can't breathe, since they want to challenge the president to say something. I want to hear them say something. I want to hear them say something about poverty. I want to hear them say something about racism. I want to hear them say something about institutional racism, a criminal justice system that is broken. I want to hear them talk about mass incarceration. Let's hear them talk about wrongful convictions, since they've got things that they'd like to hear the president say. I've got things that we like to hear them say. Black men, every time we see a cop, we think about gunshots, afraid. Hands up. Hands up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't shoot. Something must be done. And something must be done quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell your friends to go get a copy of The Truth About O.J. Simpson. Race, Class, Money, and Justice. The Truth About O.J. Simpson. Race, Class, Money, and Justice. It's available in local bookstores. It's also available on Amazon.com. It is a powerful, telling book. It is not just about O.J., but it's also about no J. It's about the fact that the rich get richer, but the poor get prison. And we need to do something about that. It's about the fact that multimillionaire pedophiles routinely get a slap on the wrist and get probation. We need to do something about it. Now, I wonder, I've never tried this. I digress, I'm sorry. Can you walk up to a drive-through window and order something without a car? Ladies and gentlemen, get The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. Take a look at my other books, Don't Mess with Texas, Creating Monsters, Blue-Eyed Blonde, and all the other 18 of them, and I think you will find them to be splendid reads. Visit me at www.napsusa.org, and don't forget to shoot me an email and let me know that you heard this podcast. I need to know that I'm being heard. Shoot me an email. Let me know that you heard this. ShermanDManning@yahoo.com. ShermanDManning@yahoo.com. Drop me a line. Let me know you heard this. Sherman D. Manning signing off. Keep hope alive.